Hello everyone, I'm Erica Fernandez of CCIC Communications, and we are live in the classroom today at Bauerschlag Elementary School. We've got Mrs. Derwin here. We're in her 4th grade ELA class. Thanks so much for having us today.
Oh, well, welcome. Welcome to Bauerschlag and welcome to my classroom.
So you guys were just reading a chapter from a book. What are you guys working on today?
Well, you just caught us at the end of our reading workshop time. We're actually going to be moving into our writing conventions time.
Okay.
In this time, you're going to see our students collaborating and working in groups to construct a sentence. So in 4th grade, about this time of the year, first 9 weeks, we're reviewing 3rd grade TEKS, and for our progressions, we have the opportunity of reviewing how to write and complete sentences, and also that we need to capitalize proper nouns.
Okay.
And so our district provides a resource called Patterns of Power, and so we're going to be using that model today. We're on our Celebrate Day, so we found a fun activity to let the kids kind of show us what they've learned by studying authors from books we've read over the year.
Yeah, and we're about 3 weeks into school already, so how are you seeing the students already learn, kind of grasp some of these concepts that you're learning?
Well, it's pretty impressive, actually. I'm a firm believer in routine. Okay. You can ask these guys. When they switch over to me, they already know what we're going to do, so the routine is set, and so now it's just kind of diving into the learning. So I'm really impressed to see how much they've caught on and learned. Sometimes I'm teaching things, they're like, oh, I remember that from 3rd grade. And some things are brand new to them. But we've had a smooth transition, and we have some really bright bears here at Bauerschlag.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to see the activity that you guys are going to do together, and go ahead and get started.
All right, thank you. All right, my friends, you can quietly come down to the carpet to meet me. Yes, and I'm unrolling tickets. We have an opportunity to earn some tickets. Show what you know, right? Okay, so as you know, in our mentor sentence time of the day, we've been working on writing in complete sentences and using capital letters when we write proper nouns, right? Okay, so first let's remind ourselves, who can tell me one criteria for writing a complete sentence? What makes a sentence? Who can tell me one? Grayson, tell me one thing that if we're writing a complete sentence, we must have.
It must have a subject.
It must have a subject. Great job. And who can tell me what a subject is? Ooh. Emma?
A person.
Does it always have to be a person? What do we say the subject is? The who or the what? Good job, Emma. Great job. Grace, I'm going to throw that to you and see if you can catch that. Great job. Great job. Thank you. Thank you. All right, what else must a sentence have? If it's a sentence, what must it have? What's some other criteria?
A punctuation.
A punctuation, ending punctuation. Well, I'm going to tell you the activity we're doing today. We're going to be writing statements. All of our sentences are going to be statements. So what punctuation will we have at the end of a statement, Hayden?
Period.
A period, yes. So we want to make sure we have a period at the end today. What else makes a sentence?
Capital.
Capital letter at the beginning. Great job. Great job. Here you go, Layton. Great job. So we want to make sure we have a capital letter. You have something else? What else is it?
Apostrophe.
Well, it depends on what we're writing. Sometimes we do have to put apostrophes. Yeah, you know what I think you're thinking of? Penelope's dad. Remember that mentor sentence?
Yeah.
Penelope's dad, it did have an apostrophe. It's not a criteria for a complete thought, but it did have one. I'm glad you're remembering that, Shaz. Is there anything else? One more, Simon?
A predicate.
It has to have a predicate. Great job. So we have our who and our what. So what is a predicate? What is it? Whatever the subject is doing in the sentence. If we don't have both of those, we call that a fragment. We don't want fragments. We want complete thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember our compare sentence? There you go, Simon. Our compare sentence that we did this week was about Galveston Island. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I did for you today and what we're going to do in our activity is you're going to get, you want to say something real quick, John Carmichael?
You already get my email.
That's Shaz's. One's yours and one's just Shaz. There you go. Thank you for being fair. I like that. Okay. So what I did is I printed some photos of some attractions down in Galveston. And what you're going to do with your group is you're going to construct a sentence with all the components, all the criteria we just talked about, and they're going to have proper nouns because they're the names of attractions, right? So there's going to be capital letters in the middle of the sentence. Your job is going to be to construct a sentence, and then we're going to pass your sentence to another group, and you're going to edit to make sure that they had all of the components they're supposed to have. So I did one for you as an example. Some of you might know this place, some of you may not. I'm going to show you just the picture first. Does anybody recognize this down in Galveston?
No. Yes.
You've seen that before? Does anybody know what that place is called?
No.
What is it, Caden? Moody Mansion. Yes, Caden, you're exactly right. Moody Mansion. So this particular mansion is a historical home from someone that lived down in Galveston. A lot of things are named after the Moody family. Do you ever heard any other attractions down in Galveston with the word Moody? What?
Moody Garden.
Moody Gardens. Yes, that's right. So I constructed a sentence, and we're going to see if I have all the components, okay? All right, my sentence says, I took my Uncle Harry to tour the famous Moody Mansion in Galveston. All right, so y'all get to be the editors. Did I have all of the components? Is anything missing? Anybody see anything missing? Emery, you think something's missing?
Gotta check.
Let's do imaginary checks. Oh, he's getting his resource out. Thank you, Grayson. Do I have a capital letter?
Yes.
Yes. Do I have a period?
Yes.
Yes. I see a lot of proper nouns. Moody Mansion for one, right? Is it capitalized?
Yes.
Do I have any other proper nouns in my sentence? What other proper nouns do I have? Tate, I haven't heard from you. Uncle Harry, yes, I had to capitalize his name, right? Any other proper nouns? Yes, Grayson?
Moody Mansion.
Moody Mansion for sure, because that's the name of the attraction. Any others? Who haven't I heard from? Hayden?
Galveston.
Galveston, great job. Okay, now the hard part. What is the subject of my sentence? Yes, ma'am. Who is this sentence about?
Uncle Harry.
It's not about Uncle Harry. Who's it about? I, yes. Now, back to you, Emery. What did I do?
You went to
What's my predicate?
Moody Mansion.
Took my Uncle Harry to tour the famous Moody Mansion in Galveston. Great job. Okay, in just a moment, I'm going to put you in groups. Let me show you what you're going to be doing. All right, so you are going to be writing a sentence with this criteria, okay? And I have a timer here, and we'll talk about that in a moment. You're going to make sure your sentence has a capital letter, you have a subject and predicate, you have an ending punctuation, at least one proper noun. Only one has to be in there, the name of the picture, right? But can I put more?
Yes.
Absolutely. I put Uncle Harry and Galveston in mine, so you can put more. And make sure you put capital letters on those proper nouns. Sound like a plan?
Yes.
All right. Now, once you get your sentence finished, the next step you're going to do, and we also have a timer, I'll keep you on track, is we are going to edit. So in 4th grade, we should be able to look at a sentence and find out if all those parts are there. So you're going to get to use some colored pencils or crayons on this activity, okay? So I'm going to use my markers, and I need certain colors. The first color I need is red. It says check for a capital letter at the beginning, circle it in red. What do I need to circle, Gabriel?
The eye.
The I. The I is kind of special, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Because we capitalize I even when it's not at the beginning because it's talking about me, and I'm special, right? I'm a proper noun. So I'm going to circle that in red. That's what you're going to do. All right. Now something's interesting. It's asking me to circle my subject in blue. What is my subject? Who is this sentence about? Emery told me earlier. Who's it about, Brooks? I. So I is going to have 2 circles. One because it's the capital letter of the sentence, and another circle because it is the subject of the sentence. All right, next one says check for the predicate, underline it in green. What am I going to underline in green, Chaz?
Hold on.
The predicate. What am I going to underline? I'm going to use this bright green. You want to ask a friend? Call in a friend. Who do you want to help you? Big decision. They're all helpful. You want John Carmichael to help you? What do I need to underline, John?
You need to underline, took my Uncle Harry to tour the famous Moody Mansion in Galveston.
That is my predicate. All right. And last part, well, second to last part, I want to draw boxes in purple around the proper nouns. So which words do I need to draw a purple box around? Layton?
Moody Mansion and Uncle Harry.
Moody Mansion is a proper noun. Uncle Harry is a proper noun. Is there any others? Mia? Galveston is a proper noun. Great job. It's the name of a city, a name of a historical building, and the name of a person. Those are proper nouns. Say it again.
I was about to say the uncle.
Oh, you were going to say that. That's all right. I apologize. All right. Then the last part, I'm going to bring everyone a Post-it, and I want you to write a positive message for that group. I want you to give them some positive feedback, okay? So if you were going to write a positive message for Miss D on your Post-it, what would you put? Who wants to give me a positive message? I'll write it and stick it up there, but I just want you to hear, I want to hear what a positive message would be. Simon, what would you write on this one?
You did very good writing, and you had all of the things you need to make a sentence.
Awesome job. You did very good. You had all of the, I'm going to use our fancy word criteria. Can I say that? Yeah. All right, criteria. All righty. And then we're going to give that back to the group, and they're going to celebrate their hard work. You think we can handle that?
Yeah.
I think so. Okay, here is your groups. Every person in the group, has a job. The number one job every person in this group has is to be a thinker, right? We're all thinking and we're all helping out. But I gave you specific jobs on top of that. So each group has has all of the parts. A writer. Now that writer is not the person who does the thinking. They're just going to be the person who writes what we come up with, okay? Second one is a supply and time manager. So that means that person's going to be the only person that needs to bring their tool bag. Their tool bag needs to have all their supplies. They're in charge of that. / time manager, because your class is a little smaller, so my supply manager has 2 jobs. You're going to keep an eye on that clock. When you start seeing time ticking and you haven't gotten something on your paper, you might remind your team, hey guys, we're working on time here. We need to kind of pick up the pace. And then Emery, in this case, is my editor. So Emery, wherever you are, there you are. You are going to be the one who draws the circles in the boxes later when we get someone else's work, okay? But that means that the whole time everyone's thinking and contributing, because we're going to be working as a team, collaborating on what we want our sentence to say, and then we have these assigned jobs. Simon, you have a question?
On our sticky notes, can we every single person in your group, can they all write something different?
You know what? No one asked me that this morning, but I think that would be a fabulous idea. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. This morning, my writers wrote it, but if you have something specific you'd like to say, I like that idea. Noah, do you have a question?
Group 2 doesn't have an editor.
Thank you for pointing that out. I had to take Thomas out because he left early, so I will add you as the editor. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to switch the time manager. Gabe, you have 2 jobs, dude. Can you handle it? Supply and time manager. All right. In just a moment, I'm going to dismiss you. You know exactly what... You're going to go exactly to the same table that matches that group. So group 1, you can go to table 1 and so on. Okay, I'll bring you your supplies when you're settled, and I'll know you're settled when you're standing or sitting by your table. You bring your tool bag so they can have some supplies. So I'm looking around to see who's settled first. Okay, so it looks like table 3 is settled. Group 3 is ready.
Let's go. Where's your group? Table 4, Shaz. Go to your table quickly.
All right, thank you, table 6. Group 6 looks ready. Thank you, table 1. Y'all look amazing. And table 2, you're ready? Okay, in just a moment, I'm going to bring you your photograph. Remember, your photograph is not Moody Mansion. You get another attraction. If you happen to have never been to that attraction and you need assistance, just raise your hand and we can talk about it, okay? Remember, these are all proper nouns, so they have to be capitalized in your sentence. You can write whatever sentence you want as long as it has the criteria that we went over. All right, once I get them all handed out, I'll start our timer so that you have plenty of time to write. I also am going to bring you a loose leaf piece of paper. Make sure you're looking and listening so you know exactly what to do. I'm going to bring you a loose leaf piece of paper. If you want to use this to write your sentence first as like a little trial run before you put it on your chart paper, that's what we did this morning, and it worked very nicely. That way, if we make any mistakes, we make them here, and then we can transfer it over here. Kind of like a rough draft in writing and a final copy. Sound like a plan? Yeah. All right. If you need help with your picture, sure. If you need help with your photograph, just raise your hand. Miss Komet's going to drop those off to you. I'll bring you your loose leaf paper, and then I'll start the timer. Time managers, make sure you keep them on track. I'm thinking we should be about a voice level 1. Voice level 1. That's a whisper with our table. So this morning, someone said to me, Miss D, is this the beach? And I said, is the beach a proper noun? No. So what are they swimming in? The water, but water would be considered a common noun. The ocean would be a common noun. Do you know what body of water is down there? Think about our mentor sentence. Great job. So they had to really think about what can I put in my sentence to use Gulf of Mexico, right? So you can use what's happening in the picture to help you. Sound good? Okay, I'll come back and check and see how you did.
Okay, you wait.
Do y'all know what yours is?
We don't.
You don't? Okay, so down in Galveston, they have these big, beautiful Carnival cruise ships. You've seen it? So people get on those Carnival cruise ships and go off for a vacation. So Carnival cruise ship. So think about how you can use that proper noun in your sentence.
And you can also use Galveston since it is in Galveston.
You absolutely could, just like Miss D did with Moody Mansion. You're exactly right. So you're actually going to edit this with someone else's paper. So hold on, calm down. Right now, all we're doing is writing our sentence, okay? Hold on 1 second. So I want to ask you, is that capital?
Oh, right.
Think about those things.
Yes.
Yes.
What job do I have?
Your job was to be my supply manager. Did you bring your supply bag?
No.
Uh-oh. When he gets back, you can finish. But once you get it on there, you're going to put it on your chart paper. If you're satisfied with it and you think it has all the components, use your success criteria, okay? You're not editing your own. You're going to edit someone else's. But you're not going to use a pen. You're going to use his crayons and his colored pencils like I did for you, okay? How are y'all doing?
I went to a boutique
Hold on, I need to stop you. Where did you just say you went to a boutique at? The Galveston Strand. So that would be the name of the attraction, right? Or the place. So we don't want to just put, I went to a boutique. I want to put, I went to a boutique at. Yes, ma'am. Great job. I've been to a boutique down there too. Great job. Many shops down there. How did you do, guys? Now, you guys, I was kind enough to put the name of it here because it's a hard name to spell. You're welcome. So it has Schlitt. There you go. Thank you to my time managers who are reminding their tables how much time we have. So you're not editing your own, okay? You're going to edit someone else's. Your job is just to do this part. We're going to edit after. Yes. Well, look at your sentence and look at your criteria and see if anything's missing. The very first one says begin your... Okay. I'll let you know when the timer goes off. We're going to wait until the timer goes off. So what did you have to go back and add when you used the criteria? Well, hold on. What did you have to add once you started looking? The period. Yes, sometimes we forget those periods.
spell with a P or a Q?
It has a Q in it, but you guys did the best you could. Did you remember? It's so tricky, isn't it? But you know what? We're not counting off for that. We're just looking at your thinking and did you write the sentence with capitals? That's our criteria. And Miss D didn't put on there you have to spell everything perfect, did I? Nope. You did everything the way it was supposed to be done. But if you want to give it a try, do you think you know how to spell it? You can try it on here. Well, you knew it had a Q. Give it a try. Give it a try. Oh, I'm so impressed with how quiet you got the very first time you heard the doorbell. That's impressive. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to have that opportunity to edit. And so I'm going to flip this to the next screen. And this is when my supply manager's job is really important because we need all those color crayons and colored pencils. You are going to take someone else's and you're going to use the criteria that I post to find all those components. If you don't find it, then just don't do anything with it. And when they get it back, they might say, where's my purple box? Oh, I didn't capitalize it. They must not have known this was a proper noun, and then they'll know to fix it. All right, I'm going to ask if table 1, you would pass yours to table 2, and we're just going to go around the room like that. So 1, bring yours to 2. 2, will you give yours to 3? It's down here, remember? 3. And then Kenzie, if you'll pass yours to 4, up to Shaz. 4 to 5, yes, sir. Hayden, if you'll bring yours to 6, and then you have a long journey, Brooks, if you'll take yours to table 1. All right, we have 5 minutes. Here is your... Here is your editing checklist. Make sure you're doing the colors that match. All right. You should have your colored pencils or your crayon.
Oh.
Yes, that's why she brought her supply, look, in her supply bag. Look, right here.
All right, we've been inside Miss Derwin's ELA class, 4th grade here at Bauerschlag Elementary School. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We'll see you next time.